Hello and welcome back to another video. We're going to be discussing the big news of this week in the world of boxing, and that's the Saudi Boxing League that's being proposed by Turkey Al Sheikh. So what that means, the rumored figure is around about $5 billion. That's the acquisition of Matchroom, PBC, Top Rank, Queensberry Promotions, so on and so forth. All of the major players in the world of boxing. What is that going to look like? There's talk of maybe it looking like a UFC system. So they have a league and there's one champion, under one banner, essentially. Now, my thoughts on that are it could potentially be a good thing for boxing. For many years now, us as boxing fans, we've been moaning about the politics of the sport. This promoter won't let them fight over there. PBC aren't letting them do this, or Golden Boy aren't letting them do that. More recent times, we've seen Eddie and Frank working together, but they haven't been working together for, many, many years, have been bitter rivals. So, a unification of all the promoters and getting everybody working together, can only be a good thing. Another problem of the sport of boxing has been, there's 1 million world champions in 65 million weight classes. That's what it kind of feels like. The prestige of having a world championship has worn off over the years, with all the governing bodies, sanctioning fees, so on and so forth. If we can have a boxing league where there's one champion per division and the best have to fight the best in order to be recognized as champion of the world, then naturally we're going to get better fights, in my opinion. That's definitely a good side of it. The cons to it, probably, every single big fight is going to be in Saudi Arabia. Obviously we have big fights still happening in the UK and America right now, but I'd imagine that literally all of the fights would be heading to Saudi Arabia. For us in the UK, it's not too bad because we can watch it at prime time, but, I don't know what that would look like for the rest of the world. But I'm on the fence of what I think about it right now. I think there's going to be some fascinating developments in the coming days. The UFC model, a lot of people are talking about, does it work? The UFC are, notoriously, known for, taking more of the revenue essentially than what a boxing promoter would. But it's not to say that boxing promoters are perfect either. But, the lower down fighters or the lesser ranked fighters in the UFC appear to be better paid than small hall boxers. But at the top of the sport of boxing, there seems to be a hell of a lot more money than there is at the top of the sport of the UFC. Hence the problem with Francis Ngannou, why he took the AJ and the Tyson Fury fights for, career high paydays by an absolute mile. But, I can't help but also feel what's going to happen to, the smaller promoters, the smaller hall boxing shows, British level, regional level in America, so on and so forth, because I couldn't imagine this boxing league being extended to, non-champions or, names that aren't very big in the sport. I could imagine it, the likes of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Inoue, Terence Crawford. You get the gist of where I'm going with this. Your Canelos or Benavidez, all the big champions, big names, big fighters. They're going to get their pockets incredibly lined from this, and they're going to make, ridiculously high paydays. As fans, selfishly, yes, we probably are going to see amazing fights such as Canelo against Crawford, Canelo, Benavidez. We're going to get all these fights. Ultimately, we want to see them. But where I'm coming from in that sentiment is, what's going to happen to the other cards now? Is it just going to be the top 100 boxers in the world are going to be in this boxing league? Is there going to be qualification criteria to get into this boxing league after that? Or, is it just going to be a top upper echelon, certain percentage of, boxers are going to be in this Saudi league? If you're not a world champion, you're not good enough for the Saudi league. So I'm sure we're going to learn of a lot more developments in the coming days, weeks, whatever it may be. It's been reported widely enough now to the fact that I'm pretty sure that we're going to get this. We're going to get this Saudi boxing league. And I think that's what Turkey Al Sheikh's probably been working towards this whole time. That's probably why he's put all this investment in over the past, however many years it's been now. He's in there with all the sanctioning bodies. It's going to be interesting to see where they go. That we're going to have IBFs, WBAs, what's going to happen with that? Are we going to have the Saudi Boxing League champion of the world? That's kind of where it's at now. But I don't think we have enough information to fully, know what's going on yet. But, please get involved. Please let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this Saudi boxing league? That seems pretty inevitable now. Yeah, I want to get the thoughts of everybody. And yes, thanks very much for watching, guys. Take it easy.